Hello everybody, what is going on? I am Numbnexus, bringing you guys here this video here today that I will be doing as well with my companion Kaleb IA. It is a two-part top 10. I'm getting part 2, of course, you know, being 10 through 6, and then he gets 5 through 1, which will be over on his channel, so go check that out. Go subscribe to him and go definitely check out that part of the video if you want to see the rest of it. He also posts a lot of fun, cool Pokken content, which will all be on the wave. But of course, if you guys are enjoying the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and then subscribe if you are new, and let me know your feedback, as of course, if you're enjoying the video, if you're not enjoying it, why not, if you agree with our list and stuff like that. We did a lot of research, took a lot of time to do this video, and we're glad that it's coming out now. So essentially, I want to point this out first before anyone starts to freak out. You're probably looking at the title of the video and like, wait a minute, isn't Sheik the best character in the game? This is not based off tier list. This is based off strictly from the character itself and what the character is capable of doing. That's what the top 10 is based off of, right? Take the smash mechanics out. That's why I put in the thumbnail without mechanics, so that the smash mechanics aren't in the game. Yes, we know she can fair bouncing fish, all right? But no, this is like pure strength. Example, you know, Supersonic, very powerful. Outside of smash mechanics, very powerful, very strong, very fast. That's just an example. It's not going to be with the mechanics, but the power of the character itself in its respective game, you know, or wherever they're from. So alright, we got that out of the way, we got the disclaimer out the way, okay, good. So we're gonna get into the video. Now again, this is just our opinion, these are not facts, these are our opinions that we did a lot of research in. If you don't agree, please leave your own top 10 down in the comments section down below and who you think is the strongest characters and such like that, alright? With that being said, let's get into the video. Number 10 on this list is going to have to be Ryu from Street Fighter. Now we know Ryu was a DLC character that was put into Smash, blew everybody away because nobody thought that, you know, that he'd be good into the game. All right, definitely very good in Smash as well, but this is outside of the mechanics. Now Ryu has a Tatsumaki. All right, he's very strong. You know, of course, before that, he has a lot of martial arts skills. He could do a Hadouken, you know, it's very powerful what he's capable of doing. But the Tatsumaki Senpukyaku, I'm sorry if I butcher names, it passes over every projectile. So it can just pass over anything, you know, like or just not really anything more on projectiles, you know, just can make him pass through things. He's very good with that, all right? Another thing that he has is a Jodan Sokutogari. Wow, you Street Fighter fans are probably gonna cook me. It bounces opponents off walls. It's just essentially a good move right there as well. He's got the Evil Ryu as well, which gives him speed, power, and ferocity. So Evil Ryu, you already know, is amplifying his powers. So take a look at that. And then he gets the most fatal special, the Raging Demon. It's invincibility on start of the move. So he's really looking good there. He is really looking good. He also has the power of nothingness, and it says right here, the power of nothingness is a state of consciousness transcending ordinary perspective, born through spiritual and mental refinement, bearing common traits with states of being within Buddhism and martial arts. It is the power to act without being attached to emotions and thought, free of fear, anger, and ego, to draw upon the contents of one's heart intuitively without obstacle and hesitation, and to be aware of the world and know one's place and meaning within its vastness, to flow with all of creation without the need of worry, desire, and doubt. Oh my god, if that doesn't sound powerful to you, I don't know what is. They can, essentially what that means is he can bring out the pure strength of him without anything restricting him, whether it's pain, anger, like you know how in actual real life, you know, a person cannot pick up a car because of the fear of pain and the fear of you cannot do it. This will completely restrict you to be able to pick up that car. Of course, your muscles will be torn apart, there'll be severe damage, but you can do it. So it's quite powerful. The power of nothingness is quite a powerful state. I'm not gonna lie, which Ryu is capable of doing. Essentially, it boosts his strength and speed without clouding up his mind, like I just kind of pointed out. So that is very, very good. He also mastered the martial arts. There's a certain style of it. He mastered the martial arts of Ansatsuken. I'm sorry if I'm butchering these names. The Ansatsuken is the martial arts that he has mastered. Yeah, it's his fighting style. So shout out to that, Ryu. You doing good, you doing great. And then he also has the focus attack, which you can trade one blow for a hard-hitting stun move. Ryu can literally take hits just to deal another hit back. you know? Of course, he isn't the world's fastest, but he can make himself faster, you know? He's very powerful, very agile, and he just gets around, you know? You gotta really play the Street Fighter games to really get around, you know, to know more about him. You know, I haven't really played much of Street Fighter, and I think you can probably clearly tell that from how I'm, you know, basing off Ryu, but I know that he's very powerful. He's definitely capable of doing a lot of feats, and I just pointed them all out, so... yeah, he could do a lot. He could do a lot. That is number 10 on this list. I felt like he was definitely deserved to be on here. And now we're moving on though to number 9 on the list is going to be Link. Not Zelda. Some people really call him Zelda. Link. Alright, we're talking about Link here from Legend of Zelda. Alright. Now Link is a very powerful character. You know, he's really slept on. You know, he's really slept on here. But he's got a very powerful arsenal of weapons inside of him. You know, where he's got, or not inside of him, just with him. He's got a boomerang, he's got bombs, bows, which can go to fire and ice, light and silver arrows. He's got a great hook shot, and his golden gauntlets can lift up to 1,000 tons. So, you know, when I was talking about the cars earlier with Ryu's power of nothingness, you know, Link has got gauntlets for that where he could just lift up 1,000 tons, dude. Really, you know, at first glance, when you see his character and you played him as a child, you never thought that he would be this powerful. But really, he is so strong, dude. He has these boots as well, these hover boots that can make him float in mid-air. He's got these iron boots that weigh approximately 130 pounds, which, you know, can make his kick stronger. It just... a whop to the face right with that kick. It's gonna hurt like hell, dude. He also has the Pegasus boots, which it raises speed and agility to superhuman level. Which these Pegasus boots have Rock's feathers. So for all you Hyrule fans, I'm sure you all know how powerful Link is, but just all of that I just stated and pointed out, Link is pretty goddamn powerful. I'm not gonna lie, he's pretty powerful. He also has the red ring, which raises his defense, and what he has done so far, he's a Triforce of Courage. He's beaten armies, alright, all on his own. He throws Gorons and the fierce deity Link. So Link is pretty, you know what? I gotta give a round of applause to him. 2 claps, because Link is very powerful, alright? He's done a lot, honestly. I mean, he's taken on the Demon King, Ganondorf. He's done a lot. Shout out to you, Link. Yeah, back to you, man. Yeah, back to you. Moving on, though, to number 8 on the list is going to be Lucario from Pokemon. Now, Lucario is very powerful. Sure, he may not be that great in the game. Well, he's okay in the game, but, you know, outside of that aspect, though, he's actually pretty freaking powerful to be strong enough to be on this list. He's pretty freaking powerful, all right? Now, if you've seen, you know, Lucario in the Mystery Review, not a great movie, but if you've seen it, it is definitely showing, you know, a lot of Lucario's key aspects and what he's capable of doing. You know, Lucario, you know, he's got the aura, and, you know, this aura lets him read people's movements and thoughts beforehand. So he can literally know what you're going to do before you're going to do it to him. You can literally predict your moves and know where you are going to hit him, where you're going to come up behind him, in front of him, sideways, wherever, you know if you're going to throw something at him, you know, he essentially is in your head before you're in your own head, you know, very smart person. His mega evolution has adaptability, so he can constantly adapt to things, and it boosts his power as well, clearly making his stab move stronger. Bam, all right, he can make his own weapons out of Bone Rush. So he can make his own weapons out of aura, and then essentially that's how Bone Rush is becoming a thing, because he, you know, Bone Rush is the bone, you know? He can use his aura to, you know, develop and encompass his aura to make it into any type of shape. Therefore bones, therefore Bone Rush, you know? You can do that with a lot of other things. I'm sure you could just make a hammer out of his, you know, his aura too. That'd be a cool move, Game Freak. That'd be a cool move. But no, he can just do a lot of things with his aura as well. His aura can contain explosions and reflect projectiles, like it's just like that, dude. You know, and I'm guessing a lot of aura things can do so. We've heard a lot of things in history where aura is capable of doing so many feats, deflect things, you know, completely transcend to a higher being of what you previously used to be. You know, if you let yourself become one with the aura. That's why Lucario is a very mystical creature, you know? Very mystical, very calm, very, you know, aware of his surroundings constantly all the time. You know, they really showed this well too in Brawl, where, you know, where in Subspace Emissary, he's always constantly aware of his surroundings. You know, even in the Mystery of Mew, he's always aware of his surroundings. He always makes the smartest decisions, you know, maybe not all the time, but he almost always does. And he has the ability to sense other auras even while blinded. So really, Lucario doesn't even need to see. He doesn't need sight. He has aura, which lets him sense everything. I think the best way that really you can try to put this in your head to represent, to know the capability of his powers. You know, when Tav, she puts her feet on the ground and you see the little like line work of like everything, all these white waves going down her. That's kind of like how Lucario can see them as well, you know? Kind of like a better example would be heat vision. You know, like when you see heat vision or night vision, where you see the heat coming from someone's body or living things, kind of like that, you know? He can just see things. He doesn't even need his own sight. He doesn't. He's just that powerful. You do a move, Lucario, you do a move. To you, I gotta stop. That's not funny. We have, though, number 7 here now on the list. We've already gone through Ryu number 10, Link number 9, and Lucario number 8. We got number 7 here on our list is going to be Ness and Lucas. I felt like they were both put together, or they're very similar, so I feel like they should be put together in one spot rather than separate, you know? But Ness and Lucas from Earthbound, very strong characters as you can see. I mainly fell in love with Ness when I saw in the Smash Melee intro where he just teleports, you know? I don't know if he went through time or anything like that, but he just teleports. And I was like, bro? God damn! But Ness and Lucas, clear as you could know, and it's kind of very obvious that they do. Kind of very obvious. They have PSI psychic abilities, and you already know about psychic abilities. Make things float, they're very floaty. You can see it based upon their movements. Well, they're very floaty. You know, they can make things float. Psychic abilities, pretty straightforward. Their specific notable abilities is healing, shielding, teleporting, burning, freezing, paralyzing, hypnosis, and reflecting. Essentially, mainly what a lot of psychic abilities are capable of doing. You know, you can see it in a lot of things. Example, Sabrina, reflect things, toss things, you know, just push and pull, push and pull, push and pull, all that thing. Make things float, make yourself float, you know, heal yourself off. Psychic abilities have always constantly done this, especially when they're represented in a lot of gaming characters, you know? They just have always been able to do this, you know? They are also capable of absorbing energy. Energy moves through PSI magnet, PSI beams, all that type of stuff. I don't know what I was trying to say. I apologize for that. But they're able to absorb energy and stuff like that, or the energy can move through the PSIs. So, you know how like in their Smash moves where the little down B is where they can able to absorb, you know, a lot of things like that. They can also able to, you know, make energy out of that, which is where the whole little PK spark little thing comes out from. That little thing that looks like a sperm cell, bro. That's exactly where it comes out from. So really, they're very powerful, and that's just kind of how it goes. And they got all these type of psychic abilities that can just make them so much more stronger. They also have a PSI beam that can possibly OHKO an opponent, which is PK Cross, which you see the knockback and power in that. So of course, it speaks for itself, you know, when it shows that these guys can nearly OHKO someone. So for young little boys, they're very quite powerful. And Lucas, I know your mother would be proud. Oh, that was a shot. Very powerful psychic boys, very powerful Earthbound boys. Oh, we own that, boys, for the realist. For the realist. Now we have number 7 on this list, or no, I'm sorry, number 6 on this list, which is going to be the infamous Mewtwo. These humans, they care nothing for me. Mewtwo is actually a god. Mewtwo is one of my favorite Pokemon, first off, one of my favorite Pokemon. And you can really see Mewtwo's full power really in the first Pokemon movie, you know? Mewtwo Strikes Back. You can, or Mewtwo, some Mewtwo, I feel like a fraud right now, not knowing the actual Mewtwo name of the movie, but I may have gotten it right and I may have corrected myself, but you know what it is, the Mewtwo movie, alright? You can see where he's so powerful that he's just dominating every single Pokemon that is around there on that time, the Gen 1 Mons, and you can see that he is so powerful that he needs to be restricted with armor. And when the armor is loose, his full power comes out. A creation being born from something that he is not proud of being from. He wants it to be different and be stronger than that itself. And it is now a true specimen that is powerful than his origin. He is stronger than Mew itself, even though it showed multiple times that him and Mew kind of seemed like they were on par, but then the gap really widens out, you know? When they give this boy a Mega Evolution, which is the first thing we're going to talk about, is Mega Form at will. He needed no trainer to Mega Evolve. Now, if you don't really play Pokemon and you don't really know how Mega Evolution works but the bond between trainer and Pokemon. If their bond is strong enough, they will be able to Mega Evolve, of course, with the stone around them as well, and the Mega Ring. Mewtwo, you can see from the Genesect movie, had no trainer. There was no mega ring around him visible on his body. He just mega evolved at will. Still to this day, it's kind of a mystery on how he did, because Mega Evolution itself is still kind of a mystery. We don't know everything about it still, but he is so strong enough that he can Mega Evolve at will. He has insane telekinesis powers. His telekinesis powers are so powerful that he can create hurricanes, tornadoes, tsunamis, all this type of stuff, dude. You can see from the first movie that he even creates like his own like island type of thing, you know, where the island where he was born was destroyed. He built something off of that island. He built a whole castle, a whole like dungeon type of thing. He created other Pokemon from his intelligence. He's so smart. He's a genius, dude. He's a genius. He is so smart that he created other Pokemon. He knows the genetical coding of Pokemon. Bro, he might just be, nope. I was gonna say he might just be Arceus himself, but no. No, Mewtwo is of course a human-created Pokemon, a man-made Pokemon, genetically modified Mew. Well, I wouldn't say a genetically modified Mew, is a cell of a Mew, and then more along a hair or string, and then Mewtwo was developed through that. And they wanted to make a stronger, faster, more powerful, more smarter, one that is able to talk, communicate with humans. They wanted to make the world's perfect life form like Shadow, and Mewtwo came alive. He is also able to communicate to other Pokemon for any seasons needed. He doesn't really need it, but it's just the fact that he can do it if he's just too like lazy or bothersome to really deal with it, you know? Mewtwo is so powerful. He is a legend. Of course, a legendary Pokemon, you know, but as someone who loves Pokemon, he is definitely a Pokemon not to be messing around with. And outside of that, people always put him par to par with Frieza. Obviously, Frieza would tear this boy up, but it's just the fact that people put him on par to par, you know? Mewtwo is very powerful, you know? Outside of the Pokemon universe, I feel like he could even hold his own against other villains, other characters. You know, I really feel like he could. Mewtwo is powerful. He is strong. He was created to be the world's perfect life form. And, well, here he is, a better Pokemon of Mew. And he was created. But that's actually going to be it though, at least for my half of the video. I'm sorry if I butchered some things. As you can clearly see, I don't have the world's greatest perfect knowledge when it comes to other games, especially Street Fighter with Ryu, so I'm sorry if I butchered anything, but I did do a lot of research and we did put a lot of time into this. So yeah, hopefully you guys can understand that and appreciate that, but that's gonna be it though for my half of the video. If you enjoyed, of course, give it a thumbs up. Go check out Kaleb's video, like you actually want to check it out. That was only 10 through, like what is that, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. I only did 10 through 6. He's doing 5 to 1. So if you want to know the top 5, go watch Kaleb's video. It'll be right now on your screen, his little YouTube icon. You will see it. It links to his channel and a little annotation if you click it on the screen, and it's in the description and stuff like that. So you should go check that out. Go subscribe to him too. He makes great content as well. But that's gonna be it though. So if you want to see more future videos like these of top 10s that we don't normally do outside of Pokemon, by all means give the video a thumbs up. That's it. I am Numbnexus. Thank you for watching, and I'm gonna get up out of here.